T-minus countdown, but we're okay. If we go on a minute late, it's fine. Just get yourself comfortable. Hello, everybody. It's Jeff Eichen, and we're going to be getting my embed code right now. T-minus countdown, but we're okay. If we go on. Okay, so there we go. And I'm going to get my embed code here. Boom. I'm going to get my embed code. There we go. Embed code. Boom. Command C. And hi, everybody. It's Jeff Eichen, and we're getting ready with Mike Regan. Mike is our fantastic author of the day. And then, Mike, what I want you to do is, well, no, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. So we're going to please consider style iframe with high to okay. Sure. So we're gonna go right down here. Boom, boom. No. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so now we're going to go up here and save changes. And we are going to save changes, and we're going to go linking. Boom. We're going to go to you. Boom. Okay, here we are. We're live, everybody. And we have Mike Regan tonight. And just pretend like after all these years and days, everybody, that I have a intro. Da 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 da. So welcome, Bernie. Oh, I mean Mike. I see your sticker, your Bernie sticker. Too bad for Bernie, but he's still a voice. And tell us how you're feeling and what you're going to be playing tonight.
Okay, well, I want to thank Jeff Eichen, Brown Paper Tickets, and the Living Room Tapes for this great opportunity to do music, big music show, and still have everybody stay safe at home. Thanks everybody for your support of the Brown Paper Tickets. There's a link Jeff will be posting simultaneously here on the show. I'm going to do some songs. I'm going to demonstrate some polygons, and we'll, jokes, stories, songs, whatever.
Here we go. It's going to be a fun night, everybody. We're with Mike Regan. He's a good old boy and a friend of mine, new friend of mine. I've known him for years, but now we're beer buddies. So take it away. Have a great hour and a half, however long you want to go. Kick it in and enjoy the night, everybody. It's the Living Room Tapes, everybody. Yay!
Okay, let's see. Is this mic on? We'll do a little mic test here. You could hear me before, but when my guitar gets going, you're not going to be able to hear it unless I do this. How's that?
That's fantastic. Much better. Perfect.
Okay.
Sound check. Sound check. Here we go.
Is this the right time to end the wars? What is the right time to aid the poor? What is the right time for the rich to pay? What is the right time for the people say? If it ain't the right time, then tell me what the right time is. Is it the right time for human rights? Is it the right time to shine the light? Is it the right time to respect the earth? What is the right time for the planet's worth? It must be the right time. We don't have any time left. Well, it's about time for the golden rule. It's about time. We're not to be fools. Shine the light. It's the right time. It's about time for your voice to be heard. If it ain't the right time, tell me what the right time is. Well, it's about time for health care for all. It's about time to overcome the wall. Time to make America fairer and grander. Time to nominate and elect Bernie Sanders. What is the right time? We don't have any time left. it's not all just about Bernie Sanders, of course. As he says, it's not me, it's us, you know. So, but Bernie's still hanging in there, you know. He's getting his ideas through. Anyway, nobody's nominated yet. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna have some topical songs and some love songs. There'll be some poetry. Let's see. How about a song about see, I haven't got them all in order here. Here's a song from Woody Guthrie. I think people like Woody Guthrie. Most people like him. I'm actually here to do songs that I wrote, but you know, you got to give credit where credit's due. The crops are all in and the peaches are rotting. The point is piled up in the creosote dumps. We're flying them back to the Mexican border to pay all the money and wait back again. Goodbye to my Juan, goodbye Rosalita. Adios, mis amigos, Jesus and Maria. You won't have your names when you ride the big airplane. All they will call you will be deportees. My father's own father, he waded that river. They took all the money he made in his life. My brothers and sisters came working the fruit trees, and they rode the truck till they took down and died. Goodbye to my Juan, goodbye Rosalita. Adios, mis amigos, Jesus and Maria. You won't have your names when you ride the big airplane. All they will call you will be deportee. Okay, then here's a song that you might recognize the tune. You might recognize the original author. Come gather around, people, wherever you vote. There's a rising of tides that ain't lifting all boats. There's a burning of fossils that's making you choke. There are places it never quits raining. So stop the pollution or learn how to float, for the times need to be changing. It's flooded your home if you're renting or buying. Your living room's up to its doorknobbed in slime. Insurance companies don't pay a dime, and FEMA is out on vacation, while others are up to their necks in subprime, and it's time to make the changes. Come gather round, people, and square people too, for there's a coal-burning power grab murdering you. They've got someone out to send to the Washington Zoo to throw out those company agents. So come on and vote down a protest you do. It's time to make them changes. Come downers and cynics who don't understand how a mountain can grow from a small grain of sand. If people with unity, hope, and a plan shall overcome all doubts remaining, when we all get together, we'll shout, yes we can. It's time to make the changes.
I recognize that song.
Yeah, you might have heard it in a different form. Apologies to Bob Dylan, for that. But
No, there is no bad press,
yeah.
And-
Well, of course, most folk music is just another song that somebody modified, and that's a tradition in folk music. You're welcome to come and add lyrics and put your own stuff in. And Bob Dylan himself did that, So yeah.
Isn't that the art of the jingle?
Yeah.
The art of the jingle. Didn't Elton John write the jingle for McDonald's?
I don't know. He might have. Oh, speaking of McDonald's, yeah, I got a song here. It's another Bob Dylan takeoff, though, but I'll do it anyway. I ain't gonna work at the McDonald's no more. No, I ain't gonna work at the McDonald's no more. When I wake up in the morning, I pray for a flat tire. I spit into the french fries and hope that I get fired. And they promote me to a job to scrub the floor. I ain't gonna work for the McDonald's no more. I ain't gonna work for Bank of America no more. I ain't gonna work for Bank of America no more. They hand you a nickel, they hand you a dime. They charge you to have a credit card, and then you get a fine, and then they foreclose your home and slam the door. I ain't gonna work for Bank of America no more. I ain't gonna work for Rupert Murdoch no more. I ain't gonna work for Fox News no more. They hire secret criminals to back in people's homes. They hide behind the curtain and they claim a moral tone, and then they got reporters slamming the news and more. I ain't gonna work for News International no more. I ain't gonna work for Uncle Sam no more. I ain't gonna work for Uncle Sam no more. My friend, he joined the army, he went to salute the flag, but the only respect he got was when he came back in a bag. And then they borrowed another $1 trillion for the wars. I ain't gonna work for Uncle Sam no more.
Yeah, now.
Uh-oh, I better hang up on that.
It's live TV, everybody. Jeff Eichen with Living Room Tapes. We're so glad to have everybody. Don't forget, we're singing for our supper. And
Yeah, in the middle of the show.
I even have my supper right here. Let's see if we can get me on screen here. There I am. I have my supper right here. So we're singing for our supper tonight. Help support us for production and for diapers. But we're too old for diapers. Or maybe when you get that old, then you really get...
Brown paper tickets?
No, I'm not on that. I'm on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, Jeff,
Yeah.
somebody called and said they can't find the show. They go on brown paper tickets and...
No, I'm not on Brown.
Oh, he went on Facebook. Yeah, he went on Facebook and I don't know.
We're on Facebook on your page, and we're on Facebook on my page. And I have a link here. I have a link. I put a link on your page, your homepage for the show, and a link on my page, Jeff Eichen, or your page. Just have them go to your page.
So what does it link you to?
It links you. It just is live. It's live. We're live on Facebook.
Okay, so you go on my Facebook page and there's a link to it.
Yeah. Okay, you better get back to the show, but right now there's nothing happening.
That's okay. We got to work the bugs out. It's fine. We're live TV. This is Milton Berle talking. I'm Milton Berle.
Oh, okay. Okay, great.
Did you get it?
Yeah, yeah, he got it. I was hoping. I mean, other people might have had the same situation, so I thought I'd bring that in.
Hey, everybody, we're live here with Mike Regan, and you can go to my site, Jeff Eichen, Jeffrey, at Facebook, or to go to Mike Regan's page on Facebook, or if you go to the brown paper tickets and look for Mike Regan under the living room tapes, and I'm going to put a link up here right now. Everybody, you'll be able to find us. Thanks so much for sharing your time, Mike. It looks really good. Don't put that thing in front of your face, baby.
I'm gonna switch this over to here,
Oh, it looks great there. Yeah, it looks great.
and then I'm more like facing the camera, I guess. You know.
Thank you so much for being a jury rigger, and we're not rigging the jury. We have the contraption for your mic from my garage to your studio here, and we're really blessed to have you tonight. Let's have some more stories.
Yeah. I got this mic held on by my socks. An old sock. That fit. Okay, that's good.
Are they dirty or clean? Does it matter?
Oh yeah, it's probably dirty. Well, no, it's clean. Yeah, this show isn't very smoothly run. It's just living room, you know.
Music and comedy, everybody tonight. We're gonna give you some good ones.
There's some comedy, some this and that involved. Okay, how's that?
Looks great. It sounds good.
Cover my cheek with your cheek, cover my thigh with your thigh, cover my heart with your heart, cover my cry with your sigh. Cover my hand with your hand, cover my tongue with your tongue, cover my face with your hair, cover my words with your song. Cover my arms with your arms, cover my name with your skin, cover my cold with your warm, cover my skin with your skin. Cover my eyes with your sight, cover my chest with your breast, cover my day with your night, cover my guess with your yes. Cover my legs with your legs, cover my knees with your knees, cover my ears with your voice, cover my land with your trees. Cover my noon with your now, cover my hand with your glove, cover my head with your house, cover my lie with your love. Cover my cheek with your cheek, cover my thighs with your thighs, cover my heart with your heart, cover my cries with your sighs. A little bit of a this and that. How about here's a little story about how I started out. This is how I started out a long time ago. I got one similar to this, how I started out when I became Port Townsend and built a tree house. But see, maybe I'll do the tree house one first. Can everybody see the polygons in the background? You know, it's a little bit of a break here. I have these polygons, which I might show. See, what is that? See them polygons? There you go. We'll have little polygons, little songs, this and that, you know. Domes and poems and polygons. Okay. When I was a lad, the chance I had was to buy some land from a newspaper ad. The land didn't really cost a whole bunch, $6 down and $6 a month. price like that, I could pay it out of the money from my paper route. Well, little old place in the big backwoods, thought I'd go see how it looked pretty good. Debbie and I both thought we could go build a home in the great North Woods. Phil came along, but he forgot to mention he just ran away from juvenile detention. Brian had gone to Frisco with friends, so we borrowed his car with the big tail fins, threw in everything we could carry, and headed out for the Edmonds Ferry. Do you hear that?
Sounding good.
Well, we went for directions and information at the Irondale Jesus' Lord gas station. Counter before we could speak said, "Get out of here, you long-haired freak." He jumped on my back as I went for the door, and a whole display case fell on the floor. I offered him a hand to help him up. He said, "Get out, you hippie schmuck." They were kind of strange, but it never failed. They'd welcome folks to Irondale. Back in the woods by the abandoned shack, we parked the car and began to unpack. Through the woods with bright headlights came Mickey T. the sheriff on patrol that night. Said, "I got a report of vagrancy. Everybody show your ID." He looked at Debbie pretty hard, and Phil showed him his library card. Friendly Northwest Mountie, he welcomed us to Jefferson County. The very next morning down the block we went around to find my lots. The old dirt roads were not too good, but here's where Ninth and Kincaid stood. There in my lot was 4 big trees, which gave to me an opportunity. There's where I ended up building the tree house. Anyway, that's a story.
How many tree houses have you built?
How that all came about. Is this mic picking up all right?
Yeah, it's sounding great.
All right.
How many tree houses have you built?
Well, not too many tree houses. I built a lot of 12-agons, octagons, built dome houses and stuff on the ground. A guy's got to have a day job, you know.
Yes, sir.
Will give me sunshine, cloudy too, rainy days when it's gray and cool, sunny days when the sky is blue. Anytime I can be with you. Will give me clear and starry nights, stormy weather, all in white, crispy air when the moon is bright, just as long as you are in my sight. Will give me rainbows, muddy streets, or cold and windy on dry concrete. Will give me sidewalks rough or smooth. Anytime I can be with you. Okay.
Mike, can you move over your stand about 1 inch to the microphone,
This way?
towards the microphone. Yeah. Let me see here. Let me see. Yeah, perfect, perfect, because we can see you right through there. That's great. Okay. Everybody enjoy the living room tapes tonight with Jeff Feiken and Mike Regan. And Mike and I are new old buddies, and I'm glad to have you back, man.
Yeah, it's nice to be here, you know. Thanks everybody for coming out and everything, and don't forget we might have a little party after the show where you can click on some buttons that Jeff set up there. You can, what was that all about? Anyway.
I'm sending the Zoom link up for everybody to come to our after party, and it's going to be really fun. And we're here in Port Townsend, both of us. I guess Mike's down in Irondale, Port Hadlock area, and it looks great.
Okay. When I was a child, my family traveled through old western Washington to ocean shores. Through the beautiful forest of Grays Harbor County, through Elma and Raymond, where my mother was born. Well, Daddy, won't you take me back to Jefferson County, through the beautiful forest of the northern spotted owl? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Crownsey and Weyerhaeuser cut 'em all down. 2,000-year trees in a living cathedral, and some of them stood here when Christ walked the earth. But now just one man with a chainsaw can cut 'em. When money is the measure, oh, what's it all worth? Well, Daddy, won't you take me back to Grays Harbor County, through the beautiful forests of the northern spotted owl? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Crownsey and Weyerhaeuser cut 'em all down. My grandfather worked for the Weyerhaeuser sawmill. His son-in-law worked all his life for them too. They both swore the timber they could harvest forever, but the way they were cutting it could never be true. Well, Daddy, won't you take me back to Jefferson County, through the beautiful forests of the northern spotted owl? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Crownsey and Weyerhaeuser cut 'em all down. Someday my own little child is born here, all that is left are the stumps and highways. When he grows up and asks me where are the old forests, I'll have a hard time knowing just what to say. Well, Daddy, won't you take me back to Jefferson County, through the old growth forest of the northern spotted owl? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Greed for employment has cut 'em all down. When I die, let my ashes float down the Chimicum River. Let my soul roll on up to where the eagles fly free. I'll be halfway to Buddhahood, or heaven awaiting, about a mile, mile and a half from wherever I'd be. Well, Daddy, won't you take me back to Jefferson County, through the old growth forests of the northern spotted owl? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. The greed for employment has cut 'em all down.
Yeah.
Thanks to Brian on that tune. I did a takeoff. A lot of my songs are just a takeoff on another song. I got songs I wrote myself, though. When the boat left me crying at the windowsill, and the sun burned the grass from the hill, sapphires on the windows are mine. When the clouds are the same as before, and there's nobody that's being born, and there's nowhere to be, and there's nothing to see, this highway just leads to no more.
Hey, hey.
Yeah, that's an oldie. That's one of my older songs.
Wait. How old is that song?
Probably 50 years. 50 years ago, it was written. In the basement of my parents' house when I was staying down there, trying to figure out whether I was going to go to community college or what, what I was going to do. And then at that time, I got into Seattle Community College and commuted from North City on a bus every morning. And we got kind of tired and disgusted about living at the parents' house, so I moved in the old tree house which I had built in high school and was still standing down the street there in a vacant lot. It was about 30 feet up off the ground, about a 8 by 6 foot little shed, and I lived in there, and it was in between a couple of big, huge wild cherry trees. And I'd get out in the morning, pick a few cherries, climb down the tree, and go catch a bus. It was pretty good. And then one day, my brother came down there with some friends, and they wanted to go up there and smoke some pot with their girlfriends that ran away from the youth center. And, they, they juvenile detention, But so they got up there and were making a ruckus and stuff. But I came and tied on some carrots on the rope so they could pull them up and have something to eat, right? And the neighbor lady thought I was tying pot on the rope, so she called the cops, and the cops came out, and it was a disaster. I had to move back in the parents' house. They tore down the old tree house, but anyway.
Just because of that one incident?
Well, yeah, I mean, I had been living there peaceably for a long time, and there was no incidents, but the authorities don't like it when you have tree houses on public property and stuff.
You mean the authorities don't like you to think outside the box and have fun?
No, I mean, and not pay rent,
Right.
But after that, I found a cheap place down on Capitol Hill in Seattle, and it was just like a block from the school, so that was pretty good. $40 a month in this old apartment. It's old. It had been a house, but they divided up the room, put a refrigerator and a little electric element in each room, so you'd have a little bit of cooking facility there, and then the bathroom was down the hall.
You shared it.
Yeah, and I could hear old folks coming in late at night. There's this couple that were real rotund, and they were kind of short, and they looked like Oompa Loompas, They'd come in at night, and he'd be trying to get the key in the door, and they'd be kind of drunk, and he'd be fumbling away at the key, and where, and she'd be, now Frank, she said, we gotta go and open up that fridge. We gotta get some liver out because George is coming over Tuesday. We maybe have shut up. He'd yell at her and everything. Shut up! And he still wasn't getting in the door. They'd be standing there for like a half an hour trying to get in the door, and he'd be yelling at him, "Shut up, you!" It was similar, to Ralph. What's his name? The old.
Ralph Cramden?
No, Moon.
The Honeymooners. The Honeymooners.
The Honeymooners, yeah, that's
Ralph Cramden.
Yeah. Yeah, it was worse than that, but it was funnier than that.
Alice, I'll send you to the moon. Alice,
Yeah.
bang, zoom, I'll send you to the moon.
Yeah. No, he would just yell, "Shut up," and then he had this long, "You bitch." Anyway, it was pretty funny. So that was Capitol Hill in those days. Actually, I got a little song about that too. Wasn't about Capitol Hill gets involved, I guess. But let's see here. Same tune as that other one. When I left home, I started out with $100 from my paper route. $50 for a 2-bit room, and the rest of the money was gone too soon. I looked for a job, and I wore out my shoes. I felt pretty good, having nothing to lose. I got a bad cold in the rain one day, just looking for a job at any old pay. A fever came on with my head getting hotter, so I jumped on a bus to go see the doctor. I couldn't get past the receptionist because I couldn't get insurance to pay for this. I said, could you help? I ain't got a dime. I'm sure I'd help up you sometime. Oh, everybody pays and we'll make it stick. It ain't our fault that you got sick. So I went next door to sell some blood, and they looked me over pretty good. I got some prescription for some pills and ran right out to get it filled. The pharmacy said you're out of luck unless you got the $80. So I grabbed that bottle and I ran outside, stuck out my thumb, and I caught a ride. I had to do it or go to jail trying. To lock me up would be better for than dying. But the cops came looking and they had a description of a sickly man waving a prescription. But I wasn't him, I'd changed my looks. I found some glasses and read some books. Maybe I could sell the expensive knowledge, so I went to go enroll in college. I was told a sheepskin ain't that cheap. It ain't that often we skin a sheep. Go join the army if you don't get killed. You can go to school on the GI Bill. Well, they yelled a lot while I shined my boots. They gave me a gun and they taught me to shoot. You gotta go learn to kill them commies. That'll be the ones in the black pajamas. Well, I put myself in a terrible risk. I had to get away from this. Well, what the hell? It was a place to stay, and besides, I got 3 meals a day. I finally came to the firm conviction that what I needed was another prescription. One that said there ain't no doubt this boy is crazy, throw him out. But you gotta be crazy if you're in the army, and you can't be crazy if you think you may be. Well, I'm sane as Christ, I told the doctor. I can heal the fish and walk on the water. That got me a room in a padded clink with so much drugs I could not think. Before I knew it, I was back at large with an awful headache and a medical discharge. So I'm making back my $100 and learning to relate to scholars. It's not about what you can earn, it's what you can do, it's what you can learn. So don't let the bastards get you down, and don't let the authorities push you around.
Hey, that's a great song.
Yeah, that's the story about how to get your $100 back. Here's a new one that I wrote. I don't know if I got the chords down yet, but let me try it. You know, you got these signals. What's that mean? That means good.
That's from Weed Wednesdays. That stands for W for weed, because I can't turn my hand around and make an M for marijuana. So It's a W for weed, and we go peace, and we go forget F schedule one, no more. So we go three, two, one.
I see. I thought it was maybe a countdown for the next song or
Oh, here we go. Three, two, one, go.
It's easy when you borrow, so hard to pay tomorrow. Your paranoid man is coming with demands. I want my money, I want my money. Give me all my money now. At every breath you breathe, it costs you by the cheese. Your time upon the earth, get every penny's worth. The manager's on crank, he's taking down the bank. The surging of the surf is only getting worse. I want my money, I want my money. Give me all my money now. So many friendly folks, they treat me like a joke. They're throwing free advice, it's worth about that price. Yo, freedom and your joy, your dancing wisdom is enhancing. You're set upon by bandits and sympathy from pundits. I want my money, I want my money, I want my money now. You want to let it go, but then you just don't know. You say your pay is near. Have you unslipped a gear? You say it's growing thin, the fabric of your skin. Yeah, I gotta take your hand, 'cause you're sinking in the sand. I want my money, I want my money, I want all my money now!
I hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, people should get their money that's deserving, that's owed to them. They should get it, from the authorities that are holding back on them, and they should also not be fined every time they turn around.
Well, yeah, and we shouldn't have anybody in jail for pot either.
Yeah, that's a big one. Well, that reminds me. Look at the policemen and all the stuff they're doing. Oh boy. Let me see what we got here. I rewrote this a little bit, so I have to have my cheat sheet here. This is an oldie. I wrote this when I lived on Capitol Hill in Seattle. I was walking up the street from down in the downtown area. Maybe I was at a protest and I was walking back home or something. Protest against the Vietnam War. And they are we still on?
We sure are, yeah. I just went to a different view. We're
Oh.
still on. We're still on.
Yeah, I was walking back up the hill and it's kind of exhausting, especially when those cars exhaust are going by, and I thought, there's a lot of bad stuff in the world and everything, and what are the policemen really doing? Well, look at the policeman, supposed to keep the peace, but he's tying up the traffic in the street. With race discrimination and cruel exploitation, the crimes explode while he's out on his beat. Ooh, there's a bomb for every nation, complete annihilation is in the hands of few that are inside. But if you are a poor man, the piggy will abhor it, and he'll find you when you're thumbing for a ride. Assembly of the people is orderly and peaceful, but cops come out with shields and riot gear. The billy clubs are swinging, the tear gas cans are flinging, which just creates chaos, hate, and fear. He's got his walkie-talkie, a screeching, screaming siren, the bubblegum machine is flashing blue. They're fitted out with weapons and organized like armies, and if you try to run, they'll shoot at you. Look at the policeman, he seems a little dangerous. He's out there with his gun around the street. With wars and degradations and cruel exploitations, the crimes explode while he's out on his beat. Ooh, he's a lackey of the coward, he keeps the rich in power. His predecessor served the feudal lord. There sneers down at the farmer, a knight in shining armor. He's always been the one to wield a sword. Ooh, yeah. Enforcing law and order, he beats up on reporters while someone makes a video on their phone. He's serving and protecting by kneeling on your neck. He's a temporary king of a riot zone. But look at the policeman, supposed to keep the peace, man. He's out there with his gun around the street. With race discrimination and cruel exploitation, the crimes explode while he's out on his beat. Ooh, yeah. Shattered lives. Yeah, can they see that?
They sure can.
All right, yeah. Shattered lives, that's right. Pretty terrible. Yeah, they're supposed to keep the peace. This is the idea, come on. Jeez. Serving and protecting while kneeling on your neck.
You got any jokes? You said you were going to give us some humor tonight.
Yeah, we gotta get to the lighter side. Well, some of my songs are kind of jokey, but no, I don't have canned jokes. I just make up funny stuff once in a while.
I have a joke.
Okay, let's have it.
How do you protect your bagels?
I don't know.
Because I grew up Jewish and everything. You put locks on them.
I see. That's a good Jewish joke, isn't it?
That's
I got an Irish joke.
Bada bing.
Bada bing, bada bang. You know, I made up a few things. Like, well, I stole a few jokes, but you can't really tell the difference, I guess. Well, you know, you can see my shirt here, the Regan family, you know, proud are we Irish and all that. And, well, you know, the reason the reason we were so poor back in the old country, my grandfather, you know, when he died, he divided all the land into 3 halves. And wouldn't you know it, we'd get the worst half. You know, and at that time, they also gave one of the halves to the church, probably. But, yeah, let's see. Oh, you know, and the reason I tell everybody, you know, I'm all Irish, especially on St. Patrick's Day. I'm 100% Irish. Actually, I'm half Irish because, well, anyway, I tell everybody, I'm 100% Irish because my dad's half Irish, my mom's half Irish. Half and a half is a whole, you know. That's Irish math. It adds up. You know, anyway, there's a couple of jokes for you.
You put locks on your bagels.
Yeah, now I'll have to start doing that.
Well, we're here, everybody, with the Living Room Tapes. We're really proud to have Mike Regan on. I'm going to show you his incredible poster here. That's Mike in 1961 on Christmas. And
69.
69?
Yeah.
Okay, 69. And what's a few years here and there? We're old timers and we're having a blast. Streaming from COVID. Who knows if we'll be here in a year from now in the same zone, but we're gonna lick this, everybody, and don't worry about the elections. Just worry about getting out and making your name heard, everybody. Listening to the music, supporting our our cause here, what we're doing. It's great. We just asked for $2. It's not mandatory, but we would love to help to finance our world while we're in COVID. Not all of us are getting, unemployment. So it's really beautiful to support. We're singing for our supper, everybody. So thank you, Mike Regan. I'm going to come back to you, Mike, and take it away.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going through some of this here. Oh. Yeah, everybody. I think these. This is one for the MAGA folks. Um, Everybody's talking how he's running the planet. Doesn't care a damn bit. Sitting on the shitter, sending out Twitters. Gives the market jitters. Killing off the critters. A climate denier. Putin's admirer. A big fat liar needs to be retired. All we are saying is give impeachment a chance. All we are saying, give impeachment a chance. Everybody's talking about what the hell a border wall, reckless, senseless, messing up the census, gutting and cutting, stingy with the food stamps, kids in the prison camps, took away the parents, never to be seen again. Cruel, a fool, a corporate tool, drilling in the tongue gas, oil for his hair mess. All we are saying, give impeachment a chance. All we are saying, give impeachment a chance. Ukraine warplane calling up Zelensky with a secretariski, adding to investigate. Opposition candidate willing to reciprocate. Claims about Hunter, now he's going under. A criminal for president, handing out the evidence. All we are saying, give impeachment a chance. All we are saying, give impeachment a chance. Small hands grabbing it, members of the cabinet barely get hired, then they get fired. Manafort, Mike Flynn, George Papadopoulos working in jail. What the hell? Followers on the swamp log marching for the top dog. And all we are saying, give impeachment a chance. All we are saying, give impeachment a chance. Another chance.
I like how you change the words to popular songs.
Yeah, the popular song.
Imagine there's no religion.
Yeah. Imagine there's no president. Yeah,
Wait,
no,
I'm the king, but I'm the king. I'm the king.
you can't really top top the Beatles. You can't top them at all. But I mean, you can't even come close. But
Yeah, but when they were real, when they were happening, we all said, "Is it the Beatles or the Stones?"
yeah, oh yeah, that's true. The Stones were right up there. But you know, what was that one you just mentioned? Which song that was? Oh boy, I'm having.
Imagine no.
Imagine, yeah. You know,
Imagine.
that's you can't beat that kind of sentiment. The way it's written and the way he expresses it. You know what I really like was Through the Universe, and he's he's on acid. It's like you're on some kind of a acid or a mushroom trip, and you're just going through. He was this Maharishi phase, but man, that really paints a picture of what it feels like to be floating around in your head, like that.
Like the Big Lebowski. Remember the Big Lebowski when he was floating down the bowling alley?
Hmm. No,
He
not really.
he was floating down the bowling alley, and then he made a strike. His head hit the pins, and he made a strike because he was the Big Lebowski.
I don't think I saw that one.
Oh, we'll watch it one day when we get COVID out. Or maybe I'll do movie night one night.
I'm gonna go get some water. I'm getting dry here.
Okay, everybody. You're back to me, everybody here, and It's Jeffy Fresh here. Let's pin me up here. So we're going to pin me on the video first screen. There I am. I'm really blessed to be with you all. Got my buddies in here, got my monkey, got my hemp suits, got Divya's turban hat there, got some people in heaven next to me, got the monkeys, the big monkeys back there too. These guys, these are the big monkeys. And we're having a ball tonight. Mike Regan's good old boy, and from Port Townsend, Washington. Some of his songs are local. They're local spun, and I call that local fun. Um, I heard when I was a kid, eat local and
Yeah.
eat seasonal. So that was really something that I wanted to share with you. So your food doesn't travel that much, and it's fresher.
Fresh.
So
Yeah.
eat
Eat fresh.
healthy,
Eat local.
eat local, and eat seasonal. That's what the Native Americans said, the First Nations.
Yeah, and get your songs local, and they're fresh that way. And people ask me, you're kind of old, and stuff. And I say, yeah, I'm old, but I'm still fresh.
And I'm Jeffy Fresco.
Yeah. I may be old, but I'm still fresh. So all you girls out there, keep that in mind.
My now I have yeah well I'm a bachelor.
Yeah.
Come on, angels, get on board, get on the board, love train, joy, love train, love the OJ's. Get on the boat. They used to do this. They used to do
Uh,
this when they danced. They were the Pips, Gladys
let's
Knight,
have a
and the
little
Pips.
philosophical discussion about that. I think love is a great thing, and of course, that's the world is built on. Um, you can't you can't deny it. All the songs, all those pop songs, everything, they all talk about love. It sounds, sometimes you think, oh, it just sounds cheesy, but when you get right down to it, it's this deep thing inside of your whole body and your whole spirit and everything, and there's this motivation for you to recreate the species, of course, and propagate or whatever. And I mean, that's not all there is to it. But then, because of that, then you get this attachment to other people, and that brings on feelings, and then you love from there, and you love all humanity, branching out from your basic natural instincts to everything.
I agree. I agree. I think it's a cosmic order, and that love is the best medicine and food.
Yeah.
What do you got
When
for us?
I went to see Vincent, he had me convinced I could paint just like him. Well, I searched for supplies, but the closest was dry and the cupboards were thin. Then I spotted some colors, some reds and some yellers, up high on the shelf. But there was nothing to paint, all so blank and so empty, except for myself. So I pulled off my shirt, shook off the dirt, and stretched it out flat. Then Vincent came down, he stood there and frowned, and he said, "What is that?" Well, you said I might paint a Picasso, I ain't, but I gave it a try. Then he found me some bright blues, which I spilled on my shoes, and he bid me goodbye. It was then that I finally remembered Fred's car down the block, which I triply parked somewhere by St. Mark's, and I left it unlocked. So I ran out to get it with visions of tickets tucked under the swipes. But I'd been pretty cunning, the engine's still running, I jumped right inside. Then I drove it to Fred's and started to head back to Vincent. Vincent's again. But I'd been just so smart, I'd locked the apartment and couldn't get in. Well, I stood in the street and shuffled my feet, but I noticed above a second floor window was opened a bit. I could give it a shove. So I climbed up the wall and went down the hall and came back inside. And there, in spite of my rush, the paint and the brush were pretty well dried. And there was my masterpiece vision, a Cubist tradition, and it looked just right. But if looked at just right, with a squint and a frown, and if turned upside down in a certain kind of light, I just had to frame it right there, so I smashed up a chair for some beautiful wood, and I tacked it together with upholstered leather as best as I could. And if you could see it, I wouldn't believe it was amateur art. But if you're fishing to find a profession, if you are fishing to find a profession, it'd be a good start. That's about, Vincent and the painter, and he told me I could paint, but I had some adventures instead. Yeah, you're an artist, right? So you can appreciate it.
Every day.
Yeah, all
I
right.
think we all are artists.
Yeah,
I think everybody is synchronistically connected to the art field, and everything you do with beautiful intentions goes straight to the Akashic Records.
yeah. Oh, I have some things I would like to show people that are musically inclined. I mean, you're not going to learn anything by watching me, but I invented this musical key wheel, which will help guide you to the chords that you need to do if you're trying to transpose something, or if you want to see your chords. Like, for example,
Here, hold it still.
Look at that.
Wait, hold it still. Pull it back a little bit, right there. Oh, so there's windows, and when you spin it,
Yeah, yeah. So there's the 12 notes. The 12 notes of the chromatic scale is underneath, and then the 7 holes. That's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So
by
in this,
Georgia, I think she's got it.
yeah, there shows the key of D. So I'll set it in whatever key I'm going to play, and then I'll play it. Right. But that last one was the key of D. So you've got a D in solid red, and then
Right.
you've got these striped, that's your G, and then you've got the speckled, that's your A chord. So the long arrow points to the chord you're in, and the other 2 small arrows are the other notes of that chord. And then, so it shows all the major chords. Then in blue, that's the minors.
And where can people get one of these?
Only for me. I printed 500 of them some years back. And I still got the press that cuts the holes. And they cut it on a leather press. So that's geometry for music. There's some geometry right there.
It looks great. That's beautiful.
Yeah, so you can appreciate the geometric.
Get one of those for Mike, everybody. Just bug him on his Mike Regan on Facebook. Friend him, and wear your mask when you go over to pick one up, and have a blast, everybody. Let's see, where's
Actually,
I'm wearing my mask on my head here.
If you're a musician, they're free. Otherwise, they're $1 each.
Okay. We're only asking for $2 for a donation. Oh, look at these fractals.
Yeah, these are octagons, hexagons, and pentagons, which people think, well, you can't mix octagons with pentagons. What are you, crazy? But yeah, there it is, and I did it. But I make them in color. I give them a little spin.
Oh yeah, there they go.
Yeah, and pinwheels. Oh, or you could change them into stars.
Oh, that's like a disco ball.
Yeah. Anyway, there's all kinds of them up there. I don't know if you can see the in the background there. Yeah, I can see that background. That's
Uh-huh.
yeah, that's sevenagons in a big pattern, making seven sevens of seven seven sevens and seven. And this one here,
And when
is,
you make those, do they heal the cosmos?
yes,
They put everything in order?
yeah, especially if you sit and meditate on them.
Right.
This one here is based on five.
I see a
Five.
giraffe and a rhino.
Yeah, you can see things in them and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe you can save the giraffes and rhinos by just meditating on these.
I see the lox and bagels too from my
Oh,
joke.
lots and bagels. See, you see, it's a five-way.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's like in Washington, the Pentagon.
Yeah, I
We had
don't.
a Burning Man party at the Pentagon when I was there, and there was a DJ with a fuzzy jacket on from Japan, this young DJ lady, and
Uh-huh.
they burned this house. They had like this art house, and it was surrounded by like fire people were there and everything, and they burned it because it was during the time of Burning Man. But we were there for marijuana. Please let our prisoners out at the White House. And at the Pentagon that night, they got a permit and they had a party, a DJ party, and they burnt down this little shack that they rolled in there.
Cool. Yeah. Uh,
We
well,
love your fractals. They're really beautiful. Didn't
yeah.
you tell me that you printed on some fabric too?
Oh, yeah. Here's another kind of five-way deal. On this here, you've got skinny and fat rhombuses, and then they go together to form kites and stuff. And on this, I ended up with just five-way, but I worked this out. I can make a 10-way symmetry, 10-way symmetry out of it. Yeah. Let's see. I've got some fabric here, actually.
When you fold them, do you get origami birds or something?
Yeah, you can. Well, you don't want to ruin it by folding it all up.
No, but I mean that's another project.
Yeah, actually, my friend in Seattle, Margaret, made these beautiful face masks with some of the cloth. That was
Oh,
great.
beautiful.
She she made some from like one like this,
Wait, wait, hold it still, steady. There you go.
and that's just that's just five pointy stars
Uh-huh.
with four pointy crosses in between.
Wow, look at that. That's beautiful. That's almost Escher-like. It looks like a plumeria almost
And
too.
then here's another one. My friend Kurt in Seattle, he liked it, so he got this and put it as a cover of one of his art books. In fact,
That's neat.
I used to work with him on this stuff. He inspired me to work on this, actually. He's the one that got me going to do these fractals and stuff.
And are they with pen and ink or do you do them on the computer?
I do them on the computer. I don't have anything, I didn't do any of the by hand. It's by mouse.
Okay, by mouse. Okay, hand and mouse.
Yeah. That's a 12, that's a 12 way. It's hard to hold still there, but
That's okay. Hold it back a little bit towards you. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's better. Much better right there. Yeah, yeah.
there's 12 agons, and then there's 12 of those 12 agons, and then 12, 12. It goes, keeps going like that. Actually, I got stuff that goes, meh. That's why I have to print them on large stuff so I can get all the different uh, iterations. You know, what would you call it? There's a mathematical way to
Their
describe
whole
that.
family, you'll get the whole family in there, and
Yeah.
you got to print it big.
Yeah, you get higher and higher frequency, basically.
Okay. What
And
about
it,
making flags out of those and then just posting the flags here and there, taking them somewhere and just leaving a flag with that energy on it. Because I printed flags before for my movie, and
Yeah.
uh, and that would be great. You know, you send the JPEG in and get some flags made.
You could take you could I don't know what kind of cloth would you print flags on?
They do it on like a ripstock, you know, like
Oh,
for a tent or something, you know, flag material.
yeah, I've got on spoon flour. I got my patterns, and you can send. They'll print it on various different kinds of cloth. They're kind of expensive though. This one here is pentagons, squares, and triangles, and it turns out to be fish and seaweed. Can you see the orange pentagons and the green pentagons?
Yes, and what's the site they can get fabric on?
Spoonflower,
And you
spoonflower.com.
and you look for Mike Regan on
No,
Spoonflower.
Staroid.
Staroid, okay, Staroid.
Yeah, that's me. That's my email address and everything.
So it's Staroid and what's Octagon Flowers?
Well, you go to spoonflower.com,
Oh, Spoonflowers, okay.
spoonflower.com, and then you go to artist. There's a little click thing on the in this thing. You click down artist. You want to search. So
Is it
search for
Spoonflower or Spoonflowers with an S?
singular.
Okay, singular. Spoonflower.com. I'm posting it to everybody so you can go see his artwork and order some fabric. So let's see, Spoonflower, www.spoonflower.com, and then go to Staroid.
Yeah, but there's a little search. You have to click artist. You're looking for the artist. Then you put Staroid in there, and then you can search.
Um, Staroid. Okay, I got it. Okay. Instead of steroids.
Yeah, stars on steroids. These are little Buddhas. See, this is all. This is how the Buddhas all fit together in the universe.
Whoa. Pull it back a little bit. It's out of focus. Pull it back. Pull it back towards you. Keep going. Keep going towards you. Pull it back towards you. Pull it back towards you.
It's back, 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 right?
Oh, wait, hang on. I didn't see that. Oh, yeah, pull it towards the camera. Right there. Hold it. Hold it still. Oh, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's how they all fit together in the universe. Uh, I don't know. Yeah, we got lots of those. Lots of those. Oh, let's see.
Ram Dawes would have liked that one.
Yeah, actually, see, here's some. This is wallpaper.
Wow. Did you actually paper a baby's room with that or something?
You could. I ordered this through Spoonflower. It's
Right.
it's pretty cheap actually. I got a whole bunch of this I ordered, and this is where I get the cloth and whatnot too. But um, and then I got. Let's see. Here's one with um, little t-shirty shapes that make spirally things.
Oh, those are cool. That's a beauty. I like that one. That's very Yellow Submarine.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's very good. That's very good.
I
Well,
got those.
let's get back to the music. We got a little bit more time here. Let's
Got a
play.
little time. Yeah, we can.
Let's play till 9. We got 8:44 here, and don't forget everybody to give us some grub for our some dough for our playing music for you. We're singing for our supper. That's Jeffy Fresh here. Let's see if we can love me up here. It's Jeffy Fresh here. We're singing for our supper. This is Mike Regan on the Living Room Tapes, and you know where to find me for Weed Wednesdays on Wednesday. I'll be there, and we're getting prisoners out for marijuana. And there's my. You like my shirt, Mike?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a takeoff on the Stones.
Right, sticky fingers or whatever. So everybody, we're back with Mike. Mike's going to give us a few more songs. We got till 9 o'clock, or when Mike gets tuckered out and loses his voice. I'm just sipping on my smoothie here. Everybody, stay healthy, happy, and take it away, Mike.
Yeah. What if you put that tongue hanging out right on your front of your mask for
Oh yeah, that would be good. That'd be
so
a good
it looks
one.
like you're sick, you know, or else you're curing yourself by means of the marijuana, you know.
Well, I believe in quantum.
The Middle East, it is exploding, rockets flaring, bullets loading. You join the revolution, you're old enough to vote. You're join the revolution, but voting for voting. You don't believe in war, but what's that gun you're toting? Again, the Jordan River has bodies floating, and you tell me over and over and over again, my friend. Yeah, I can't do nothing about the coming destruction. You say you can't do nothing about the coming destruction. I'm just so mad, my blood's coagulating. Murder rate is too much for contemplation. The crazies get the guns, there ain't no regulation. A handful of senators can block legislation. The money goes to war instead of education. It costs an arm and a leg to get some medication. You work to lose your job, you're creating automation. And then you lose your pension to the greedy corporation. So march out in the streets and start an occupation. And you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you can't do nothing about the coming destruction. You think you can't do nothing about the coming destruction. Well, look at all the smog in capitalist China. Then take a look around to Hanford, California. You may leave here for a joyride in space, but looking back at Earth, it's a lonely old place. The only living planet in the darkness of space. The beautiful blue oceans all over its face. There's the oceans in the ozone to make us all safe. But some would destroy it for the money they chase. Their crimes are so enormous they can't be erased. I guess they're so much better than the whole human race. But all they leave behind is the rubble of disgrace. And you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe you can do nothing about the destruction. You say you can't do nothing about the destruction.
Yeah, now.
Okay.
Tilt your laptop down a little bit so we can see you play.
Oh, tilt it down a little more. Oh, I got tilted, didn't I?
Yeah. You were showing us your fabric. These times they are a changing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, geez, I was gonna pull out some songs off of my computer so I wouldn't forget what to sing. And it got late, and it, all of a sudden we got on live. Let's see here.
Live TV, it's a wonderful thing. My name is Milton Berle, and we've got Sammy Davis, and we've got Chad Everett coming on. We've got Lucio Ball, and we've got Mike Regan on the music. Hey, Mike.
There's an old song that was written in 1798 after the Irish Revolution. During the Irish Revolution, they won this Battle of Carlow, and You know, it was one of the last cry out for independence of the some of the original people of this world, some of the natural tribal people, and they were crying out in resistance to the onslaught of mass society that was coming from all that mass production of grain that was developed, and all the kings and all that crap that was coming to impose its order upon people. And the Irish were some of the last holdouts against some of that stuff at that time. There's still a lot more holdouts actually, but anyway. Lift my care off your face, brooding over your old disgrace, that Black Fitzwilliam sold your place, drove you to the fern. Grace and victory was sure, and that soon the firebrand he'd secure, until he met at Glenmalure, Fick McHugh O'Byrne. Curse and swear, Lord Kildare, Fick will do as Fick will dare. Black Fitzwilliam, have a care, fallen is your star low. Up with halberd, out with sword, off we go and by the Lord. Fick McHugh has given the word, just follow me up to Carlow. There runs a river of Saxon gore, great as Rory Hoggamore, sending the loons to Hades. Black is white and grey is fled, and it's off with Black Fitzwilliam's head. We'll send it over, and red, to Lisa and her ladies. Curse and swear, Lord Kildare, Fick will do as Fick will dare. Black Fitzwilliam, have a care, fallen is your star low. Up with halberd, out with sword, off we go and by the Lord. Fick McHugh has given the word, let's follow me up to Carlow. See the swords at Glenny shining over the English pale. See all the children of the Gael, neath old Ireland's banner, rooster of a fighting stock. Would you let a Saxon cock crow upon a Celtic rock, flap and teach him manners? Curse and swear, Lord Kildare, Fick will do as Fick will dare. Black Fitzwilliam, have a care, fallen is your star low. Up with halberd, out with sword, off we go and by the Lord. Fick McHugh has given the word, let's follow me up to Carlow. Them were the days. Oh, yeah, what's that song?
Mike, do you have a light on down below you? Do you have a light, or is that
Is that shining on stuff?
It's just shining in the lens of the camera. It looks
Oh.
cool. Looks like you're on stage, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But-
it's there, so it'll shine on my paper over here.
It's getting a little bit of flare onto the lens here, but it's okay. It's kind of cool.
We don't need your corporations buying up our neighborhood, tearing down our yards and gardens, bulldozing the wildwood. Well, you who build a state with pomposity and hate, and who laugh at our fears, we don't need your massive factories pounding out your war machines, churning water into wedges sold by the girlies in the magazine. You come into our shops with your offer of jobs. We've had enough already of you sending them abroad. Then you preach your politicians in our houses of God. corporations creeping around our neighborhood, tearing down our yards and gardens, bulldozing a wild wood. See, that reminded me of another song which I've got here somewhere. It probably fell on the floor. A lot of these songs, I kind of know the lyrics already, so I don't need to worry about it.
We're live here, everybody, from Port Townsend, and this is Jeffy Fresh. My new name is Jeffrey Fresco. So, at your service, we got Monkey here, we got Monkeys here, we got Papa, got another Papa. Whoa, we almost lost Papa there, Warren. And we are, we're working for you. We're working to get our prisoners out of jail. There's Michael Thompson, everybody. And we just want to, tell you that, if you focus on certain things in life, you can get them done. So this lifetime, get them done. Don't get in a car accident. Don't let me see you in a spine traction. Just freaking have fun, be safe, and take advantage of COVID. Okay, everybody? Grow your garden. Go to support your Saturday market. I did today, and enjoy what you're doing. It's a beautiful thing let's put me on big full screen. Okay, there we go. It's a beautiful thing while Mike is looking for his music there to share with you. I already gave you one joke. That was, how do you protect your bagels? You put locks on them. Bada bing. So I've got a little button on my lapel here. It says vote for Alfred E. Newman. I heard the guy who wrote Mad Magazine just retired. He's 94 years old.
Oh, boy.
I'll bet you he can roller skate still. So
yeah,
keep good.
I'm still skateboarding.
Yeah, and it's just important to keep skateboarding and to to eat your Wheaties and keep away from anger and frustration, everybody.
Yeah.
If the mailman comes to your door and he's not wearing a mask, then, turn your head, stick your hand out, take the mail, let it sit for a while, and then open it. So there's so many ways of getting through this, everybody. Every Saturday night, we do the living room tapes. Please support us. We're singing for our supper. Take it away, Mike.
Okay, here we are. It's a little poem. I stayed at home this spring, shut up in quiet panic. I got to vote by mail, the only news pandemic. I got a cold and fever, but couldn't go for testing. Without a diagnosis, they recommended resting. I have my radios, I watch my televisions. With nowhere I can go, not hard to keep my distance. Descending from above, he rode the escalator. They die in hospitals, alone in ventilators. Down by the border town, dead bodies in the river. The refugees locked out, but my pizza gets delivered.
I think that's a good t-shirt, but my pizza gets delivered.
Yeah, but my pizza gets delivered, Other poor suckers. Here's another poem. I don't know if people that know me might know this poem about the mastodon. I got to recite this one time in Bellingham. They had this scrimshander's ball. Scrimshanders are the guys that carve patterns and artwork on ivory tusks. And you're not supposed to go get ivory anymore because you don't want to harm animals. But if they find some old fossilized animals, then they can take the ivory and make things on it. Anyway, I got to recite my poem about the mastodon. They found a mastodon, by the way, that had been buried for hundreds of years, thousands of years, up by Squim, right out here, not far from us in the Port Townsend area. But this is very erudite, The professors might like this. Well, certain silver colors let me start again. Silver colors plastered on a heavy, healthy mastodon in rugged, wrinkled areas, or here and there in various artistic, misty triangles, may make him look a crying bull. But crying shrivels testicles and foggies up the spectacles, which finding in prehistory may surely make a mystery, equivalent to aerosol containers or a parasol, embedded in Precambrian galoshes by some aliens. But jellyfish astrology and Mayan anthropology relate not to biology. So I must make apology for taking stream of consciousness wherever weather launches us, instead of sticking tightly on the subject I am rightly on, which is the hairy mastodon, whose curling tusks have lasted on because of frozen centuries. He hasn't worn the dentures he's been waiting for from catalogs or pairs of purple battle togs. His lumbering could rattle fogs or percolate the saddle hogs, whenever running heavily across the field to cleverly astonish owls with knowledge he's acquired of technologies. But when reciting poetry or aiming nose to blow it, he informs his friends resign it, for he's louder than the dinosaur or than the hippopotamus, who's fatter than a lot of us, and challenges the relevance of relatives of elephants, insulting much our hairy friend, who doesn't live on carrion like many of the animals, a few of whom are cannibals. No, he's a vegetarian and probably will marry one. He'd love to eat some oranges, but forage as he forages without his silk pajamas on, and he isn't in the Amazon. He's satisfied with buttercups and butterflies that flutter up around his tusky, trunky face in ziggy-zaggy, funky haste. But though a flower's edible, it may be too incredible in beauty to be feasted on, for he's a choosy beastadon.
It reminds me of the palindrome song by Baby Gramps.
Yeah, oh, palindrome song, that'd be tricky.
He's got like 400 palindromes. Baby Gramps has got a great.
Oh, Baby Gramps, yeah. I ran into him at the Oregon Street Fair one time, Oregon Country Fair, you know.
Yeah.
And we were sitting off in one little area with a bunch of people, and he was playing some guitar in a little circle there. And so he was we got to talk to him and stuff. And I told him, he says, "Do you have any interesting word plays and stuff?" And I told him, "Yeah, I got one. Just the word same old timeius. Same old timeius. Things happen same old timeously." And he picked up on that, and actually it's the cover of one of his CDs. Yeah. But yeah, I got to recite that poem for him, and he liked that Mastodon poem stuff.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It sounds like him. But
Yeah,
it's you. Totally.
yeah. When I was at Burning Man, I did that as a rap. It was pretty. I don't know how I did. I just got into this mood, and they had this guy holding a microphone. You couldn't touch the mic for some reason. There was no pandemic, but they just held the mic for you. But I just a certain silver plastered on a heavy, healthy mastodon in rugged, wrinkled areas. And I kind of went on like that. I don't know how I can't remember exactly what I did, but people dug it. It was like wow, wow. It's got just a set beat. Boom, 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 and 3-syllable rhyme all the way through. Let me see. Here's a whole bundle of stuff that I printed up. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are beauties.
Here. I don't know what the lighting is going to be on this.
I can see that. We can see that. Yeah, yeah. That one's great.
See what that is? There's tenagons, and each tenagon is bigger than the previous one, and then they form this spiral of tenagons. In between, the spirals are pentagons. And so with tenagons and pentagons, and then as you get closer and closer, it's the same spiral all the way down, all the way down.
That's like one of your songs. A spiral of pentagons is like the pentagon.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll do my polygon poem.
Okay.
Have you seen my 12agon? It's what I often dwell upon. Or octagons, which multiply a squareagon by 2. Or decagon. Um, see, you wonder now.
Improvison.
I should have had this better memorized. You wonder now what's nextagon that's flat and many-sided? A decagon aligned with just 10 pentagons beside it. You ask what the heck a dodecagon is? It's anyway. I keep remembering the old version. I made a much better version, and I haven't memorized it very well. But anyway, we got a poem
We'll
about
record it one day on your next episode.
that. Yeah,
We'll have you back, man.
Let's see here.
We're with Mike Regan, everybody. We're really having a blast with Mike tonight. He's in his studio. We're at home. We're on the living room tapes. We're from our living room. This is my little studio here. Got my headphones on. I can hear everything in my headphones. It's really cool. And I'll take them off so I don't scream and shout. And we're really blessed to be here with Mike Regan tonight. And let's see if I can get me on a pin here. While Mike's looking for crap. There we go. We love you, Mike, and we love everybody that's in the house and that's helping us, supporting us, donating to the food fund, because we're singing for our supper.
Okay, here we go. Here's what I'm looking for.
Okay, here's Mike back again, everybody.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, we got a little dead air time here for a minute.
How about Dobrethagon?
No, this is.
You have your breath. Your breath is coming back, but you were breathagon for a minute.
Yeah, I was gone for a breather. Breather.
Yeah, I had Baby Gramps at one of my premieres for my movie.
Oh. Well, I can't find that, but anyway. As she searched through her purse in the rain, come unglued, saying you'd never change. All them prayers, all them pills, all that pain that she poured on the floor of the train. I lit her cigarette, that's when I met her. I forget just what I said to upset her. It was not like I thought I might get her. Oh, except that she kept looking better. Yes, her eyes showed the lies and the strain. All her fears that so clear and so plain. And the tears that those beers can't contain. She just poured on the floor with its stain. I lit her cigarette, that's when I met her. I forget just what I said to upset her. It was not like I thought I could get her. All except that she kept getting better. On her cheek was a streak of a tear. I don't know her. I don't care, her mascara was smeared. I don't know where it's going from here. As we start off to cart off her gear. I lit her cigarette, that's when I met her. I forget just what I said to upset her. It was not like I thought I might get looks through her purse for some change. All in pearls, all in pills, all in pain. She just poured on the floor of the train.
Woohoo!
All right. I'm glad I got to do that one. That was that lyrics there. I had it slipped down on the floor. That's what. Just like pour it on the floor of the train. You know, that's where things go when you drop them. Well, let's see. I used to have all kinds of old songs in the old days.
Play a Beatles song. You were saying you like the Beatles. Play a Beatles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love the Beatles. Yeah. I actually did have on paper, but I got it in my head too. When I was 64, I started singing this. It's hard to sing those Beatles songs. They have a huge range, you know. You got to keep on that range.
When I get older,
Yeah.
losing my hair.
Now that I'm older, losing my hair, all these years right now, will you still be sending me a Valentine? Sunday mornings go for a ride, digging the gardens, pulling the weeds. Who could ask for more? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me now that I'm 64?
Woo!
Ooh, you'll be older too. Grandchildren on your knee. Vera, Chuck, and Dave. uh, uh, I could be handy mending a fuse when your lights have gone. You could knit a sweater by the fireside. Sunday morning, go for a ride. Digging the gardens, pulling the weeds. Who could ask for more? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me now that I'm 64? Woo!
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
Got my Beatles.
Uh, no, they got that. I did make up some lyrics to one of their tunes too. What was that? Oh, it's a takeoff on politicians wanting more money, you know, or something like that. How the heck? What the heck was that? Yeah. I got too many protest songs, you know. Let's see. Oh. There's an interesting song people might like. The night said softly to the hush of falling leaves, casting shivering shadows on the houses through the trees. In the shadow from the street lamp, put a pattern on my wall, like the pieces of a puzzle or a child's uneven scrawl. Down a narrow flight of stairs in a narrow little room, I lie upon my bed in the early evening gloom. Impaled on my wall, my eyes can dimly see the pattern of my life and the puzzle that is me. And the pattern still remains on the wall where darkness fell. And it's fitting that it should, for in darkness I must dwell. Like a rat in a maze, the path before me lies, and the pattern never alters until the rat dies. Oh boy. Okay then. How about, well, they did not die in headlock for peace and brotherhood. They did not die in headlock for the common good. When the English came along with pounding on the drums, they all just died in headlock from drinking too much rum. Oh, they did not die in headlock, plantations for to save. They did not die in headlock to emancipate the slaves. When the Yankees came along with superior force of arms, they all just died in headlock from sleeping on the farm. Oh, they did not die in headlock to stop pollution's flow. They did not die in headlock from acid rain and snow. When industry began to bring the darkness on the land, they all just died in headlock from eating from a can. So if you go to headlock with a song to pass the cup, please don't preach or sing too loud, you'll probably wake 'em up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I stand and face the cold unconquered, naked as a snake. In this house of three walls, a back seat to no one do I take. May it not be forgotten in the blindest of storms, in the coldest of cold winds, there's always a way to stay warm. You may find this world at times a pretty rough place to be, and it often may fall if you're no one at all who will find that one way to get free. In the cruelest of battles, in the crookedest of means, in the dirtiest of politics, there's always a way to stay clean. I stand and face the cold, unconquered, naked as a snake. In this house of three walls, a back seat to no one do I take. I'm starting to remember real old stuff. Yeah.
That's very beautiful. It's sort of like going back in time.
Yeah, it's kind of like I remember that old shack we moved into when I lived in it and built my treehouse and stuff. That's where I lived and I wrote that song. It had an old wood stove in it too. I used to go out and I used to get lots of nettles, clams, and oysters, and then I lived on that stuff. You know, you can live right out of the woods around here. There's berries. There's like 6 or 7 more, all kinds of berries like salmonberry, thimbleberry, huckleberry, blackberry, 2 kinds of blackberries, salal mushroom. There's all kinds of stuff in the woods, you know, if you know what to look for. And then I discovered food stamps, and I got a big belly after that.
After food stamps, right?
When I started buying that crap they sell you in the store, you know.
Chips and salsa.
Well, I bought flour and then I made pies out of all this stuff. And the people down the street had some apple trees and all that stuff, you know.
Well, give us a couple more songs, and then we'll hit the green room and call it a night.
Okay. Let me think of something here. I got lots of songs, but they're not all mine, you know.
Bring us in one of your favorites that you like to that you know by heart.
Yeah.
Check out my mug. It's from the Oregon Country Fair.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's handmade, I suppose.
And on the back, look what it says. It says, "Yes, yes, yes."
Oh, what does it say?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes. All right.
Yeah, there's too many no's. Too many no's. We need more
What else?
yeses.
Without light, there couldn't be darkness, and without me, there could never be you. Without, I can't remember that. This is a real old one.
You should bring your wife on for a song.
Oh, here you go.
Bring your wife on for a song.
It's a cold wind that blows. It's a cold sun that shines. And the cold stings the nose and dulls the mind. You're young, and the wind's bright like snow. Through your skin breathes the day. Air so thin it will flow clear through always. It's a cold wind that blows. It's a cold sun that shines. And the cold causes those who stay behind. And the wind's bright like snow. Through your skin breathes the day. Air so thin it will flow clear through always. And the trees sympathize, sympathies in their eyes. And the trees laugh and frown as they look down. It's a cold wind that blows. It's a cold sun that shines. And the cold stings the nose and dulls the mind.
Woohoo!
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I keep thinking of them now. Oh, yeah. Uh, Now, Leonard Cohen wrote the words to this in a poem book. I picked it up out of a poem book, and then I put it to music. I imagine this is kind of the sort of music he might have put to it himself. I hope so, anyway. Hold me hard like soft light, hold me moonlight in your blankets, fold me. Sunlight in your tall waves, scald me. Firelight in your firelight in your metal shield me. Death light in your darkness wield me. I will starve till prophets find me. I will bleed till angels bind me. Still I sing till cogwheels wind me. Still I love till cogwheels wind me. Hold me hard like soft light, hold me moonlight in your mountains, fold me. Sunlight in your tall waves, scald me. Iron light in your wire shield the bankers throw me, in countries far the merchants sell me. In caves of ice the princess throw me. In rooms of gold the doctors gild me. In battlefields the hunters rule o'er me. Hold me hard light, soft light, hold me moonlight, in your blankets fold me. Sunlight in your tallest scald me. Iron light in your wire shield me. Death light in your dark. That I didn't end it very well.
So, we're
Is this being
go on
recorded?
and you'll see me. Okay, bye. Hey,
Yeah,
here we are.
yeah. He
So
writes.
everybody, let me do a public service announcement here. Um, everybody, we are going to be. Let's see here if I got my. Um, let's see here if I got my Zoom screen chat. Share, share. Okay, everybody, we are. Whoops, we are here at the time to give a little bit of information about next weekend's show. This is Jeff Eichen, and next weekend we're going to have Kaylin Wolf and The Shift, and those are all of our local incredible humans. Kaylin Wolf and his band, his beautiful partners, and that's it. Their family, and coming from Port Townsend next week at 7:30. Kaylin Wolf and The Shift. They're going to be playing from my back porch. So all you Port Townsenites, if you want to come over, bring a chair and watch the concert. We're going to have a live concert right here in Port Townsend on my back porch. So it's going to be really fun. Everybody come, bring a chair and bring your suds, and maybe we'll get propolis beer. And we just love you all so much. So I'm going to come out of my stop sharing here. Let's see here. So right there it is for next weekend. Stop sharing, support the arts, and feed your artist. $2 is all we ask. And let's get me back up here. And I'm here. I'm in black and white now, and I'm having a ball, you guys. And it looks like I got some chocolate on my nose from my incredible country fair glass here, my country fair mug, everybody. All those people that miss the country fair, it ain't happening. But we got some swag from the country fair, and look, here's my top. You know, we got some Oregon Country Fair swag,
Oh
and
yeah.
that's about it. That's all I know. I'm with Mike Regan tonight, and we're having a blast. Why doesn't everybody migrate over to the after party now? Maybe Mike will play us another song in the after party, but we're just going to keep going and keep rolling here. And I'm going to ask Mike a couple of questions that I normally ask everybody. But let's see here. After party. I'm going to here we go. After party. After PARTY. Now on Zoom, and I'm gonna go ZOOM2, and boom. So everybody, you guys can sign into the after party. I see Margaret's here, Margaret Vance, and let's see, we've got Walter and Jack Reed and Divya and Shuni and Kevin and Mark Halverson and Natavar. You guys are welcome in the session with us at Zoom, but normally after we do a concert, I like to roll back to your childhood and ask a question about your influences in music and cosmosity. Who influenced you to be different? What was the day that happened? And when did you get your first instrument?
Well, I tell you, I got my first guitar that Christmas in 1969. You see that picture on the front cover there.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Stella guitar, a Stella, which is very difficult because the strings are kind of ways off the fret, and you got to really push hard to get. It takes a while to build up your calluses. But I got the guitar. I started out. A friend of mine built a shack, Burger's shack, back in the alleyway behind his parents' house, and us hoodlums around the high school at Nathan Hale High School went in there and fixed it all up real nice and put lighting in there and painted it and stuff. And some of my friends, they had a guitar and they showed me how to play some chords, and I got started from that. And I wrote some lyrics, and this other friend of ours, Steve Southwick, he put the lyrics to music, and it sounded really good. So I said, hey, that's great. I should start doing that. And so that's how I got led into the idea that I could play music. Also, Bob Dylan, he made it seem so simple. It looked like anybody could do it. Why not me? So I learned a lot of Bob Dylan songs early on. But the and then John Prine came along, which was just as good, and that was far out fantastic. I learned a bunch of his stuff, and I still play his, and I occasionally change his lyrics into my own too. But um, um, as far as the patterns and the geometrical stuff, well, I got to hand it to my high school teacher, Sister Mary, Sister Mary Teresa, who taught us geometry. And she was, it wasn't her. It was, anyway, one of the Sister Mary something or other. And she taught us geometry. And she was a hard taskmaster. But if you didn't have your geometry right, you'd get rapped on the knuckles by a ruler. And boy, that would really measure the distance between your knuckles exactly that way. But no, she got us really going. And I mean, I did pretty good in geometry class. So later on, I read a book. I read about Piet Hein, a Swedish mathematician, poet, and inventor. And he's got a poem. Here's one of his poems. Let's see. Between the farmlands and the cities of tradition and modernity, and the never-ending deserts of eternity, here I sit while time smoothly passes, spooning eternal sands into hourglasses.
Was your family musical and artists also?
My family, yeah. I had an uncle that played the fiddle, and our family used to sing in the car when we traveled around and stuff. But my dad and mom had pretty good voices. I think they never really got into business or anything, but. Yeah, the Piet Hein, though, he invented the super ellipse, and that's a expanded ellipse. It makes it more like it oozes out towards the corners of the rectangle which it's in, so it makes it more rectangular a little bit. And so he did it by changing the exponents of the equation. Instead of using the squaring function, he used a 2.5, and they made these super elliptical tables and things. And he was Swedish, so in Sweden it's all over the place. He made all kinds of super elliptical things that influenced Swedish architecture and furniture and everything. So I was fascinated by that, and I got deeper into this geometrical process. And when I got back home, I was off to college. When I got back home, my friend Kurt, who's the artist, and I was homeless. They put me up for quite a while, and he would do his paintings, and I would sit there on a graph paper drawing polygons, and I was trying to figure out how to put, the Maharishi had a contest who could make a 3-dome structure, a very nice 3-dome ashram or something, right? So I said, I'm going to enter Maharishi's 3-dome contest. So I started making different versions of octagons collected into threes and so on. But that gradually developed into many, many geometrical concepts, which I got carried away with. until at one time I went to work for Paulo Soleri in Arizona. He invented this thing called arcology. He calls it cities in the image of man. Get rid of all the highways, get rid of all the suburbs, squish everything into a smaller area and have like about 10 or 20 buildings, very tall buildings. You take an elevator down and you're down on the ground floor, you walk out and you're in nature. So you go right from urban to natural with no in between, you know. So that was a pretty neat idea.
How long did you live there?
They had like a 6 week class, and you pay some money and you join the class.
Right.
So yeah, that was fun. I went down. I was kind of like, I guess I was a character. They give you these helmets for when you're working on the buildings, and I got the helmet with the wings because
Ah,
flights are fancy, and you know, they had after work you'd have your dinner. They had a wonderful garden. The people grew their own food there and everything. It was great and wonderful food. And after dinner, people would sit around in this little octagon meeting house, and a big meeting house, and people would discuss things and talk about things. And I became known for reciting poetry in there. So,
can you see this photograph here?
yeah.
That's my father, and he lived in a 10 by 10 at Arco Sante
Oh,
for
really?
2 years. For 2 years, he was there.
How old was he at the time?
Probably 50,
30?
55.
55. Oh yeah. I was still in my 20s. I was like 27 or something.
Yeah, no, no. My dad was there, in the last 20, 30 years. But
Huh.
he was there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's developed quite a bit since I've been there.
Well, and Paulo just passed away. Wasn't he like 90?
Yeah, yeah. I remember him. He was when I was there. He was like 50 something, and
Yep,
he'd be jogging around all the time
yep.
to exercise. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad was making the bells, the sand cast.
All right.
Yeah, he was doing lost wax.
Right. Bells.
Yeah. That's what they did. Their wind chimes.
When I was there, I wanted to. Uh, it was kind of billed as you go there and you work study thing. So you get to exchange ideas, architectural ideas. I thought, but I got there and there was no real class. There was no works. There was no study part. There was no academic thing at all. It was just work, work, work. And
Right.
I had fun there, and it was wonderful students and everything. Um, but I didn't get a chance to exchange geometrical thoughts with Paulo because I could have contributed some stuff to his thinking, but he probably wouldn't be. He didn't seem very receptive to anybody else's.
Everybody's got a legacy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he wanted to keep his own thing, I guess.
Yeah, everyone's got a legacy. Well, everybody, we're with the Living Room Tapes. We're so glad to have Mike Regan on, and for us to bump heads in Port Townsend, get dirty and down. And was glad to have you at my house. I'll see you again when you return the goodies. And any final words? Where can people find you?
I'm right here in the big octagon in Irondale, down by the waterfront park.
And how about your Facebook? Is that the best way to get in touch with you?
Oh yeah, uh, I guess it's sort of my public face right now. I guess
Okay, okay, okay. That
I
sounds
had
great.
I had a website called hypershelter.com, but it's not running right now, so forget about that. But
Okay. Well, everybody, go to our brown paper tickets. That's Mike Regan at the Living Room Tapes, brownpapertickets.com. I've got links all over this recording. This recording will stay on Facebook on Mike's page. It'll stay on my page, and it also will stay on Brown Paper Tickets. And the tip jar will stay open for at least another week, week and a half. So come, I didn't hear the bell ring that often tonight, everybody. So I don't have the BS word in my vocabulary, blame and shame. I'm just telling you that we're singing for our supper, so $2 would be great. We had 700 people once to one of my concerts, and we made like less than $200. So please support us and allow us to be get through COVID. Be safe, everybody. And any final words that you have about the cosmos?
Uh, I don't know. I think let people think of their own cosmic stuff. Really, there's all kinds of shit. You don't want to get me started.
Well, we're with Mike Regan, everybody. Mike, you're a fantastic soul. I'm glad we bumped into each other. We'll get down and dirty and do some projects together. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you this coming week on
Thanks for
campus.
putting me on. Yeah.
Let's have one song on the way out.
Hassles and battles and social entangles, they speak of the dump where you live. I can't understand whether you love your castle, there's something I wish I could give. Meet me down by the railroad lolly, meet me down by the train. We could trip to the water body, pure delight to the brain. Devil tea kettles and insolent devils, they speak in your mindless scene. Well, I've never much better, whatever the level you live in, you know what I mean. Meet me down by the railroad lolly, meet me down by the train. We could trip to the water body, pure delight to the brain.
Okay, everybody. We are with Mike Regan, and Mike's coming from Jefferson County. We're pretty good here with COVID, so stay safe, everybody. And I think we're going to have one more visit to both of us here. Here we are. Thank you, Mike, and we'll see you on campus.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Fantastic show, and if you want to share that with your wife and your friends, it's on both of our sites, and it's on brown paper tickets.
Thanks everybody for showing up.
Okay, so thank you very much, everybody, and we'll see you next week for Kalen Wolf and The Joint. Bye-bye. And his friends and his partners and his master all-star band. Ringo had his 80th birthday. I watched that. Edgar Winters was on it, and Joe Walsh. It was pretty good. Ringo looks like he's 50. Ringo never gets old.
No way.
I know.
He's 90.
He's 80.
He's 80. Oh,
He's 80.
I don't want to make him older than he is.
No, he's fucking 80. He was the oldest Beatle. He was the oldest Beatle.
Yeah, there's this old guy here in Irondale. He was a organizer of the Wobblies back in the old time. And I asked him, "How old are you, Tom?" And this was in 1970. And he said, "Well, I must be getting to be 83 by now." And I said, I went off to school and I came back about a few years later. And one day I asked him, "How old are you, Tom?" He said, "Well, yeah, I must be getting to be about 83 by now." He wasn't getting any older. He wasn't getting any younger either, but
That's pretty good. Well, an old guy once told me the parts wear out, young man.
he said what?
The parts wear out.
Oh, his parts wear out. Yeah.
Yeah, the parts wear out. So stay lubricated, everybody. Love your woman, love your man, love your dogs, and drink lots of water. We're out of here. Go to your Saturday markets. Support COVID by staying in and wearing your masks. Everybody, don't get it. Minimize your travel. I got a lot of friends, close, beautiful, incredible humans that are flying on airplanes right now. Don't catch me on a plane, everybody. So I love you and check you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.